So Charles Darwin forms this wild theory back in the day that all humans have the same facial expressions. And this guy named Paul Ekman shows up and says, no, I disagree with Charles Darwin completely, so much so that I'm going to travel around the world and do this massive research project to prove that facial expressions are cultural or regional at best. And he wound up discovering that Darwin was correct, that we're kind of born with this standard software of these facial expressions. I think that's fascinating that it's not just the micro expressions that people tend to focus on, but it's our facial expressions. They would show people like a person that's angry, a person that's happy, and a person that's sad. And these are non-English speaking people. In many cases, they were tribes with minimal human contact. And they would ask the person, which one of these three people just found out that their child has perished? Universally, they point to the sad one. Which one is seeing an old friend after a long time apart? And they would point. Which one is preparing for battle? Or which one sees an enemy that they don't like? So that was one of the basic ways that they started proving that this facial expression stuff was universal.
When Ekman was in college, there was a grant that nobody had used. It was like $800,000 or something. And they said, look, man, we have this grant laying around. If you want it, you can use it. And he said, what do I got to do? And they said, anything you want to do. He said, I'll tell you what I want to do. He said, I want to travel around. I want to talk to everyone in the, from, I forget how many countries he went to, all the way down to Papua New Guinea. And he dealt with people who hadn't seen a lot of people outside their little group. If that hadn't been sitting there, that grant, we might not have the information we have today about facial expressions.
The book that Darwin wrote, he used plates from Duchenne. Well, you'll hear us talking about Duchenne's smile. Duchenne used all these electrodes and probed parts of your body to show those. And if you look at the old man pictures where he's doing crazy stuff where he has electrodes on his head, all those plates are in that book as well. It's a great opportunity to know that we're all standing on somebody else's shoulders. Ekman is the latest. And all the things we're using, take all of those Ekman, all of those Darwin, all those Duchenne pieces and pull those together and then add some more.